There's nothing better than brunch on a Sunday morning, and whether you're serving 6 or 60, there are a few things you're going to want to remember. Alycia Nichols joins us with the do's and don'ts for a successful brunch. I'm so excited. I love brunch.
You know, brunch was invented so that we could drink wine at breakfast.
I love that.
Yeah,
that is a good idea. All right, so we're having people over. Do you need to tell your guests anything before they get there?
I think it's always important to let guests know if you're going to be dining indoors or out.
Okay.
Ladies in particular, we don't want to be trudging across your lawn to a fabulous set out in high heels.
Yeah.
Nor do we want to be freezing or burning up
Right.
in inclement weather. So we want to know about that.
Okay, so set the standards early.
Sure. May I take your plate, madam?
Sure, I kind of want to eat it, but all right. What about decorations? This table looks beautiful.
Thank you.
But can decorations kind of overpower what's going on sometimes?
I recommend they not. I think the food needs to kind of speak for itself.
Right.
On this arrangement, I just put one big, fabulous, very easy arrangement. This
Yeah.
time of year, early spring,
Gorgeous.
run outside, grab your
Yeah.
neighbors' daffodils out of their yard, and plop them down in a vase, and you're good to go. But you don't want it to be in the way of food service.
Okay, let's talk about how you have this set up. Do you need to set up the food in a certain order?
I would recommend that you do. You want it to be very logical. Imagine that you're going through the line here at the buffet, and this is set up like a double-sided
Oh,
one.
so people can go on each side.
On both
Okay.
sides. So you want everything to be accommodating on
Okay.
each side, to have the proper utensils on each side for grabbing whatever that food there is to eat, and to have it so it's accessible. So for instance, if you had a pasta salad, say,
Yep.
it would be on both
All right,
sides
so split
here.
it up in two bowls. I love
Right,
that.
right.
What about the actual food itself? Like, how much variety do you really need at a brunch?
I recommend that you get as much variety going as you can. You have people who are vegan. You have people who may have some dietary restrictions just because it makes them sick, wheat or something like that, or dairy. So you want to be sure that you have enough there so that everybody gets a nibble.
I love that.
More than a nibble.
I was gonna say, brunch is like,
Oh yeah.
we're doing way more than nibbles. Okay, you were talking about wine before. We love mimosas for brunch. Do you put the drinks with the food? How do you set up drinks?
My recommendation is that you want to get people mingling, and you don't want a bottleneck.
Okay.
And you don't want something all backed up. So my recommendation would be to put the drink station away from the other food,
Okay.
and to make sure that you have, again, something for everybody. Perhaps mimosas for the adults, juices for children and people who don't partake,
Yep.
And then to have both leaded and unleaded coffee, because not
What does
all-
that mean,
well,
leaded and unleaded?
caffeine and
Oh, I'm like-
decaffeinated.
Like, what kind of coffee do you drink?
You would not want to see me on caffeine, so yeah.
I love that. What about keeping food warm and cold? This is always so difficult.
Yeah, it can be, but if you plan ahead, for instance, you can, now here it's not set up that way, but you could take a larger bowl and set it down below filled with ice.
Okay.
And then put the smaller
All right,
bowl
to keep
in it
things
to keep things
cool.
cold. And then if you have on hand, perhaps small chafers, even if you don't have space for the great big ones,
Yep.
just have those available, and it'll keep everything nice and hot for you. Everything's delicious.
I love it. Alicia, when's brunch? When can I come over?
I'd say right after the camera's off.
Give me that. Christine?
Yeah! Bacon.